since I got to have a on video in front of other people conversation with my friend Whitney Webb. So let's go ahead and bring Whitney up. She is investigative journalist extraordinaire, but is joining us today to talk about the 746 part series that she's writing. The first volume of which and second volume of which are currently available for pre-order. Whitney, dude, what's up?
Yeah. So what is up is that I finally finished my massive book on Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein and the people that enabled him to do what he is infamous for, among other activities. So it ended up being a lot longer than I had originally planned, but that's good, right? Because gives people a lot of stuff to chew on, and there was a lot to dig up, a lot to write about. So I'm glad to finally be done with that because I agreed to write the book in January 2020, and then the world went insane 2 months later, and I lost childcare a couple times because of the lockdown, whatever, and general world madness, and I had a baby at the end of last year. So things have been kind of nuts. So now things can sort of mellow out. Hopefully that would be nice.
It's awesome that you're here with us today. Everybody do us a favor, like and share. My particular brand, the Combo Couch, there was a little about six months where I covered Epstein a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I really leaned on you to learn a lot, and it helped grow my channel and get a lot of eyes on me. And I can't thank you enough for your work, Whitney. It's been some of the best, and I'm so excited for today to just unpack everything in this. How many 746 part section book that we got going on?
I don't know if it's that much. So it ended up being just because of logistic and supply chain stuff, it would have been too much to print like a 900 page tome. So it got divided into 2 volumes because it's really a 2-part book anyway. So I guess it makes sense at the end of the day to make it 2 books instead of 1. So if you're familiar with my original series on Epstein that I did for Mint Press News in 2019, that was a 4-part series. And so basically volume 1 is sort of the same gist, I guess you could say, of parts 1 and 2 of that series. And then parts 3 and 4 is sort of like volume 2. So volume 2 is the stuff that's, is focused on Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and her siblings, not so much the father, Robert Maxwell, a little bit on there of his death and stuff, how it's relevant to Ghislaine Maxwell. His activities in his own right are, discussed in volume 1. But, for people that only want like the Epstein stuff, I can understand if you, be like, well, I just only really want volume 2. But the thing is, and this was a problem I sort of ran into doing like interviews and stuff back in the day about Epstein when people asked me about intelligence ties, for as an example, right? One of Epstein's early clients after he left Bear Stearns in 1982 approx was Adnan Khashoggi, right? And so I go, who's Adnan Khashoggi? Well, he's an intelligence-linked weapons dealer, arms dealer. But, most people don't really know about him, what he did and what his significance is. If I say intelligence links arms dealer, that leaves out the facts that he was involved with Israeli intelligence, UK intelligence, US intelligence, and Saudi intelligence. It leaves out his role in the savings and loan crisis of the 1980s, his own role in sexual blackmail operations, him having a harem of women that he used on his yacht to like basically blackmail people in the public and private sector. And a ton of other stuff. All right. And all of that's really relevant and makes Epstein look less of an anomaly over time, right? That he's surrounded by people like this. Because the mainstream narrative for a long time has been Jeffrey Epstein is the only naughty billionaire in the world, and now he's dead and everything's fine. And no one else does this stuff. He was an anomaly and he got caught. Justice was done and our institutions work and they're not corrupt. Blah, 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 blah.